my mom died in January, so I've been thinking a lot about mortality, also theology. But I think the thing that's helping me the most is I've been trying to learn French this year. So when my mother died, even though my French was extremely rudimentary, I wasn't able to work on my novel or to do any writing, but the only thing I could do was really try to write a few French lines. And that was one of my first writing I ever did in French, was to write about my mother's death, in just the very simple way that I could. And that has really helped me. And it's almost like it's an Aleppo project, because my vocab is so limited and I know so little.
Right.
But I've taken great pleasure in trying to write, even just for my French lessons every week, just a few lines.
Oh,
and that's been really helpful to me, in this sort of period of grief.
Like really learning composition. For me right now, like, it's kind of two things. First of all, I'm really on a high with some of my students that I've had. You know, I have a student, Kristen Stone, who has a book called Domestication Handbook coming out. And to see that, to get the PDF and what the cover is going to look like.
That's great.
And it's so, I mean, it is...
Here at Goddard?
She was here at Goddard, yeah.
Fantastic.
And just like a year ago, graduated, or a semester or two back. And, but to see like this kind of work that I really champion here, it is cutting edge, and it's being published by people, you know, I mean, it's out there in the world on a very respectable press, a very cool avant-garde press, and it's like this whole other way of processing. But I don't think it's the kind of is source narcissistic and self-recognition and all that kind of stuff, but it's not the kind of work that could be done anywhere.
Right.
You know, that our program is set up in a way where you can work with a poet and then go take a semester with a prose writer, and they can say maybe you're writing nonfiction, you know, and we can steer students in a way that in a traditional MFA program that doesn't happen. You come in, this is the genre that I'm committed to,
Right.
you know, and often you don't know where your strengths really lie. And so I think here at Goddard specifically, it's given rise to a real embrace of the hybrid text. We have someone like Goddard Kapil here. I love sharing students with her, you know, and this is very much a book that comes out of, you know, in my mind, the thinkers, the writer practitioners who are here right now, still discovering things for themselves as well. Right?
Yeah.
So there's that, and then the thing that's in my own like personal, professional life that's really sustaining me is I'm just on a jag actually of like reading everything that's supposedly good. Everything, you know, like the last Toni Morrison novel. You know, I could have my like knee-jerk reactions about it. I'm just really gonna read it. And it's like, it's great, except for the last 20 pages. You know, the new Michael Ondaatje book. You know, just like every like just check and not buying them either, because these people do not need money. Checking those books out of the library.
Thank you.
It feels very good to return it. Like,
But I think it's like a professional thing you sort of have to do. I do that too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll read the Jeffrey Jennings book. I think it's important to have months where you decide you're going to see what people, like what the general culture is considering good. You don't have to agree, but it's important to know that.
Right.
But
one of
the
things that we have come to consensus about this residency, I think we can all agree, is Dennis Johnson is the best writer.
Yes.
Yay, Dennis Johnson!
He really is above the people that everyone thinks are great. I think he's the best. He's the best American novelist we have. I mean, I'd say Cormac McCarthy did have a slap down, but they're the two.
But Kyle, one of our faculty members, Kyle Bass, is actually reading Train Dreams for the second time in a row. He read it once. And thank you for sharing. This has been wonderful.